Matchup Gaming and go check it out.
Well,
if there's a squad stream up, you should have that.
Really,
up
I
too,
was gonna say you might just want to have both streams open side to side in 2 different tabs. And speaking of Wolf gameplay, Kimona, we have got Dark Samus versus Wolf. A battle of the villains for sure.
Well, let me tell you this. I misheard. It's not Proto Man, it's Boodabam. And if I was biased, if I said I was going to be biased on the last one, I have to be, because Boodabam, one of my best friends in the entire community, PR player in North Carolina, and he is just immaculate at this game. So good. Don't know how much Samus experience he has, though, so far. Mitch07 really giving him some fits at the beginning of this game, but we're talking about Wolf. He can put on that damage just as fast.
And as well, that laser allows you to disrupt Samus's zoning game. You have the reflector too, that shine if you absolutely need it. But one of the things that I think we don't talk about nearly enough is how Samus's forward air, or this air, can really contest a lot of Wolf's aerials, right? The bread and butter of his combo game, which all come out on the same frame. They all start up at the same time other than down air, so there's not a whole lot of timing mix-ups you can do.
It's definitely all about your command of the aerial drift and of, playing that mid-range via your neutral, right? Your ability to unpack your opponent. And Boodabam, really, really good at doing that. I have played against this guy before, and he absolutely toasted me. His control over Wolf's positioning, he is always exactly where he wants to be. Although right now, it's hard to exactly do that against Samus all the time because she is so good at controlling space in the first place. You see him playing at that long range, though, trying to not let that charge shot get built up.
And getting caught out by that one, holding on. He has, as you mentioned about his spacing, it's been immaculate. Watch, he's always trying to play at one of the edges of these platforms so that when he finds a forwarder, when he finds a hit, he's able to take the combo. If he's on the outside, onto that same platform, and if he's on the inside, take you over onto the other one. He's always looking to maximize his combo game with his platform positioning here.
Did Boodabam just die to Samus jab too? Because I'm pretty sure that's what I saw happen.
No, hey, listen, Kimona, there's a first time for everything. People forget that move's in the game, but
Mitch had to that move is in the game. That's true.
Mitch had to remind him. And speaking of things that we didn't expect to see today out of Samus, dying to your own charge shot across stage is certainly one of them.
I'm only confused because Boodabam already had the reflector up before the B button got pressed the second time. So it's like, but that's okay, right?
Yeah,
because you are playing with the lead, and as Samus, you do have to take the risk to shoot that charge shot every now and then against a character with an absorption or with a reflector because it's such an integral tool to your character.
Yeah, and you also just maybe trying to call out the reflector drop. You can't hold that thing up forever, and it's been out a pretty long time. We're going to see that screw attack just as a get off me tool, right? One of the best in the entire game for that purpose. Once again, jab 1-2 connecting.
That's not a true combo.
I know, it's intentionally, so it literally says in the game tips, right? It's a mix-up option.
And yet you're finding it. Wow, actually kind of ballsy by Boodabam right there to shoot that blaster as well at that mid-range because Samus could easily just toss out that charge shot. Well, that tether recovery right there, though, so with full stage control, reflector, and that is exactly what Mitch wanted. Just waited for that end lag and then immediately following up with that up throw to take the stock, but still close.
I respect Boodabam dropping off the Angel Plat and just immediately pulling the F smash trigger, right? Sometimes you just try and catch them out on a 50-50, and if there was ever a time, it's now 131. There's the jab 1 mix-up. You hit it twice, maybe expecting the jab 2 and trying to find the grab, but instead it's going to be Boodabam lining up the back air, but from center stage, that's not going to be it just yet.
See Boodabam trying to drift to center stage where that up air is big enough to catch him out and caught that air dodge with the charge shot as well. Mitch looking real nice right now. Getting that charge shot back up, and yeah, Boodabam just wants to at least threaten that reflector. Nice maneuverability though, staying alive. Back air will take us to 1 stock apiece.
I love that lineup up high, right, to jump over the neutral air, and even though you find the trade, you're able to find the sweet spot as a result rather than the sour spot if you would just clash with it normally and close it on out. At 87, Wolf is very capable of finding these combos when push comes to shove, and suddenly Boodabam's movement-based defense, the footstool, the roll-through, is just making Mitch second guess where he's going to be at any given moment.
Got that jump called out, though. A lot of people will jump out of shield immediately once it starts getting whittled down by that charge shot. Boodabam still barely hanging on, but this is another lather rinse repeat. Does air dodge past that up tilt, so still a fighting chance for the North Carolina Wolf. I love that fake out by Mitch, too.
Yeah, Mitch's spacing with these forward airs, with these jabs, has been immaculate. And the screw attack finding all its hits out of shield. But despite that being Samus's go-to option when you're above her and she's in shield, especially when there's that platform in the way, right, where you're either going to double jump or you're going to land on the plat and get caught in that landing lag. Even still, we didn't see Boodabam with the DI.
Yeah, and it's sometimes hard to react when Samus, like, you're in the middle of crossing her up and then you get hit by that up B. And Wolf loves to cross up your shield. That is one of the main parts of his game plan, having that big aerial drift, having a lot of safe moves on shield. But also if he hits you a little bit too high on shield, you don't even need a great out of shield option like Samus's up B to go ahead and take a stock or at least put on that damage. But I would not be surprised if we see just straight up Wolf Dark Samus this entire set. I know that Boodabam is just a Wolf soul main all the time, committed to this character, and I'm pretty sure Mitch on the other end with the Dark Samus is as well. Game 2 though, go to Town and City.
And this stage, I think, has a lot of benefit for both characters. The platform layouts can be huge for Wolf. You can get some great combo extensions, or side blast zones allow you to kill a back throw, back air F tilt super early. But similarly with Samus, he has all of that horizontal pressure in the world. That forward air can cover so much space. Zair, forward air, grab, right, reset, just like that. Suddenly you're almost dead at barely 100 after the hit. And Boodabam is desperately trying to get off the ledge against maybe the best ledge trapper out there.
I mean, it's also such an easy ledge trap game as well, right? That Samus just has to press a few buttons and then can condition you from there. You see a lot of them just try to go for, okay, a lot of this down B and then some up tilts afterwards, and then you're really in the blender now. Boodabam, though, nice reaction with that forward smash, though, and the nair even. If Mitch has a jump, he will be able to make it back.
What the call?
At least had the distance. I can't believe Wolf Nair beat that up B. That's actually crazy. Boodabam going up one stock, but that is quickly wiped away by that forward tilt.
I'm going to be honest, it was a timing thing, because you saw some of the hits of that screw attack come out. It's not constant. It's a multi-hit. There is a little bit of a gap technically in between them, and I think he just lined it up at the end of one hitbox before the start of the other and just found the perfect frame to land it.
Sometimes that little bit of luck is all you need. Boodabam right now does need to at least put on that damage. I think the big reason why Mitch has been ahead so much in this set has just been the crazy advantage state, right? Samus, once she hits you once and puts you in the corner at the ledge, like you said, really, really hard to deal with that, especially with a character limited in options like Wolf. He has the air drift, but not a whole lot to actually contest Samus with or just straight up avoid a lot of the options. So Boodabam really needs to start matching that advantage state, right? Getting as much bang for the buck as Mitch is, but hasn't been able to capitalize the same. Though we are in an even game right now, it feels a little bit more like Mitch is set up to take the stock next.
I absolutely agree, but a little bit of luck from Boodabam is going to give him that extra opportunity, falling out of the last hit of a couple moves there. The screw attack is going to also even improve the positioning Boodabam had to get back to stage. That time, that air dodge in, which has been a big habit of Boodabam's throughout this set, not going to get punished, but the screw attack on out of shield, not surviving or not dying yet, just yet. Once, twice now, these high town blast zones have kept these players alive.
That is one of the big boons of the stage. Big commit with the laser up close. Not going to get Boodabam killed. That dash attack, the same for Mitch. Staying alive. Just bombs over Baghdad to get back down and immediately tossing out that charge shot too. Catching Boodabam unawares, and Mitch, again, just like Boodabam, in the lead, but only for a moment with that invincibility. The back air gets this one back to even, one stock apiece.
Yeah, and just the crowd for just a second. You try and get your opponent to react to a visual cue early on, make a false commitment, and then jump out when you're basically doing nothing. And we're seeing now Boodabam try and slow down the pace of the game, dash in shield, build, reset, try and space these out. We're seeing a lot more defensive play as now with a slight percent lead here. Samus very capable of doing 60 in one combo. You're just trying to hold on, build it back, and just play it safe, maintain that stage control.
That's something that you can't really do as Wolf. You don't have that luxury. Mitch really going for the game right there with that down air. Immediately into the charge shot. Could have had a reset on that jab. Playing patiently here. Will have to go for the shampoo. Lather, rinse, repeat again. Charging that down smash. Caught the air dodge in. Boodabam gets one on the board. We will go to game 3. Tied up 1-1, just like we've seen in our last couple of sets as well.
Yeah, and I mean, that time we saw Boodabam have the bite to match the bark, those claws covering all around. And while that move, not necessarily at what it was in its heyday at the launch of the game, it is still more than capable of finding reads, finding frame traps, and just sending you to the blast zone at absurd percents.
I like you talking about the bark and bite too, because I think that one of the big things that define the difference between the game 1 and the game 2 for Boodabam, and even the first half of that game 2 and the second half, I think that the big difference was that Boodabam was actually able to be a lot more confident with the offense. We saw a lot of times first half of that game 2 and especially all throughout that game 1, there was a lot of jumping back to mid-range, holding up that shield, waiting to see if Mitch would commit to something big, and it led to a lot of these situations where he was trapped in the corner. But now, being a little bit more aggressive, and especially when landed on the stage, is willing to get up close to that Samus and press a lot of those big save moves.
And I think one of the things that has struck me as well has been how Boodabam, when we finally saw Boodabam take a lead in the set, was pulling away. But the second they get hit first in the set, when they're behind, unless it's very close like we saw last game, things start to snowball, start to get out of hand as they try and press the interactions and feeling like they have to make it all up now rather than just take it one stock, one interaction at a time. It's trying to do too much too fast, and Boodabam needs to start playing again like they're in the lead. Start playing with that calm, reserved gameplay rather than getting frantic, because a character like Samus and a player like Mitch are both perfectly equipped to punish you extra hard for the antsiness.
It's something that he's so good at too. It's just that you have to have the confidence to pull it off, and you need confidence against Samus, because the moment that you start wavering, that you get caught between an option, bad things will start to happen. That's how this first stock got taken as well, that Boodabam got kind of caught in between, okay, do I tech? Do I try to go for the reflect? Am I going to have time to get this out? And by the time that he had made up his mind, that charge shot had already taken his stock.
And I like these falling nairs to call out the weaker projectiles from Samus, but even that second time, right, Mitch threw it out as a bait, had the grab on reaction, Wolf Flash on that weak sweet spot, not going to send you vertically, but instead horizontally, exactly what Boodabam wanted for stage control. But the overextension is going to take it away. Unfortunately, Mitch not quite ready, got caught by the dash attack, gets sent coast to coast, and now we're doing it all over again.
It's just really great play by both of these players, knowing what they are and aren't allowed to do. They're not really getting punished by trying to go for something like super crazy. You know, that recovery missing the ledge right there. I think Boodabam was maybe even trying to call out Mitch for standing at that mid-range, which he's already gotten the punish for, and just like that, could have slid in with a surprise option. Is down one full stock right now, though, so Mitch gets to play with a hearty lead.
And down a full stock, right? Wolf very capable if you've been in the lab, but there's a joke among Wolf players, right? No Wolf has a combo game and the Fundies game, and Boodabam looking for the Shine combo, but has not really found those long strings yet this set. Mitch is given 0 opportunities, and playing off this platform where you have so many mix-ups, really limiting where Boodabam can find these combos. The ledge trap is a huge opportunity to get back into this, and only 25% of their name. That's exactly what was needed to get back in this one.
We saw that last game as well, but Boodabam picking it up again, and this is what I always say. It's a baseball saying, but I apply it to Wolf as well. Sometimes all you need is a bloop and a blast, right? You just need to get one little dinky thing started, and then on that last stock, you can explode. No matter what your percentage is, you can make something crazy happen. And look at the damage that Boodabam has put on Mitch. He was down one full stock, and now he is up by 60% and climbing.
He finally found that confidence. I don't know what it was that he just downloaded, but it feels like suddenly he's in the Matrix playing this bullet time. He's fading back every button that Mitch throws out and is right there with a punish, just clawing the stage control away bit by bit. But it's going to be Mitch once again finding an opening, resetting to the corner, and the back air going to do it. Beautiful mix-up. We've seen Boodabam land at the edge of those platforms time and time again. This time, you saw where Mitch was positioning himself. He thought that was where Boodabam was going to go, but Boodabam held that forward, full sent it, and just lined up the back air for the punish on that conditioning from just his own positioning throughout the set.
He hit the flow state there at the end of that game 3, and Boodabam's just one of those players that's like a jet engine, right? Where just the longer the set goes on, he is going to make those adaptations. He is going to go faster. He's going to look a lot better. And right now, playing with a 2-1 lead, this crowd does want to hear some comeback factor from Mitch, but I also hear some North Carolina fanboys out there in the crowd as well. So anybody's guess as to who's going to come out on top right now. Boodabam has the 2-1 lead and is working with all the momentum.
The question is going to be, though, what adjustments can Mitch make? I like the decision here to go to small battlefield. You force Wolf to either get in up close where you can try and play around. You want to call out his aerials, the fact that he loves to empty hop as the center of his neutral, the center of his game plan. With these forward airs, try and find the mix-ups, but really the big difference from earlier in the set till now is that these jabs haven't been finding anything.
We see that nair right there, catching Boodabam a little bit of space right there. Connecting on Mitch, setting him into the corner, and again, catching the air dodge in the third time this has happened. Just every time that panic situation comes up, Mitch goes for that air dodge in, and Boodabam is there to connect with the down smash afterwards, and that has got to sap away some of the confidence as well.
And Kimona, notably, it's been the reverse hit every single time. It's that positioning that Mitch is trying to air dodge over past Boodabam. We saw all those F smashes come out earlier, right? And that's what you're trying to get away from. But that down smash covers both sides, and Boodabam just ready. Now the up smash, all three smash attacks have been lining up the percent so far this set. But right now, Mitch finally able to take the first one, but down 90 and at the corner, he has got work to do.
Boodabam right there, though, trying to be mindful of that up air. Kind of a 50-50 you play on that platform sometimes. No 50 here. Even dropped that taunt on him because we saw Mitch do that in the last game as well. And now it's Boodabam playing with that confidence. But if that fires up Mitch, we could stare down the barrel of a Game 5, especially if he starts going for crazy stuff like this, but still not able to connect it.
And there's the jab 1-2 again, so it all comes full circle. It wasn't finding that much, but every game that first game it did is the one where that Mitch took. So if that's any indication, we might be able to see some safety. But here's the combo, the read on the tech and the reset, continuing the juggle. Mitch got stuck on that platform and is now getting stuck underneath it. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. This Wolf is all seeing. That auto reticle is targeting over that eye right now.
It's just some nasty advantage state from Boodabam right there. And now, I mean, just one confirm away. I think we're a little bit too high for Fair Bear or Shine into Bear or even Wolf Flash right now. Boodabam, no jump though, miscalculated right there. So we do go to last stock. And look, I was talking about Bloop and a Blast for Wolf, but that could even apply here to Samus. We have seen some crazy advantage,
no.
But the fourth time is going to have the same result as the first, second, and the third. Boodabam closing it out with a down smash. The fourth time that air dodge in got punished. You have got to get that habit out of your